In this video, we're going to talk about a quick overview of Google Ads conversion tracking and Go High Level. So let's go ahead and get started. There's two different types of conversion actions. There's the Google Ads hosted conversion actions, and then there's the ones where you actually have to manually create a conversion action in Google Ads and then connect that to a workflow inside of High Level. So that would be for landing page phone calls, high level surveys, form submissions, etc., chat widgets, booking a calendar appointment. If you want to track all of those things inside of Google Ads, you have to manually create a conversion action and a workflow. So first, let's go ahead and talk about this one because this is the one I get most questions about. So for example, in Google, I typed in landscaping near me and there's this sponsored map ad, right? If somebody calls this number right here for this person, then it will count that as a conversion and it will name it call from ads. Okay. Now, same thing happens if somebody calls an ad and it says call us right here, and somebody calls that, it will also be registered by default as call from ads. And you do not have to create this call from ads conversion action at all. It is already created. Google Ads creates those conversion actions by default. All you have to do as the advertiser or the client, essentially, for this is you for your client, you have to go to your client's Google Ads account, go to assets, make sure you have the correct campaign selected, go to call and click the plus button. And then this is where you put your client's tracking number. If you're not sure how to buy tracking numbers inside of Go High Level, then make sure to check out our free local Google Ads mastery course for agencies and freelancers. The link will be in the description. You get that as well as a community for other agencies and freelancers as well. So make sure to check that out. And we also have plenty of YouTube videos on our channel. And so as you can see here, once you put your tracking number, it says use account setting, call from ads. So that's what it will be registered under. Now for the map ads, all you need to do again for your client is go to assets, location, and then add your agency email. Your agency should have access to your client's Google Business Profile. So once you have access, you're going to go to your long list in your Google Business Profile Manager. You're going to click on the button that says see your profile, so your client's profile. Once you do that, there's going to be a profile strength icon right here. There's three little dots right next to it. If you click that, it should say business profile settings. Now here, all you're going to do is click on advanced settings. And then if you scroll down, it should say Google Ads phone number. Here is where you are going to put your Google tracking number that should be titled map ads number or Google business profile ads number, whatever you want to call it. That is what you're going to put here. It does not change your actual client's Google business profile number. You don't want to do that. You want to put the tracking number here so that whenever somebody calls from your map ad, for example, and they call this tracking number that you set up, that will track again as call from ads. Okay. Now, for us at our agency, we like to, and this is optional, we like to set up a separate conversion action for call assets so you can differentiate the two. We like to be able to tell, hey, like the call extension got us 10 calls, whereas the call from ads or Google Business Profile ads number, the map ads got us 5 call. And here you can see an example of that. So if I go to my campaign, segment by conversion action, you can see here that we created a separate conversion action for the call extension. So we call it click to call conversions. We got 3 for this client. And then call from ads, 3 people called from the map ads, right? So we can differentiate the two, see how much or how many calls we're getting from each. You don't have to do that. If you don't do this and separate it out, all of it will say it will be from call from ads. So instead of 3 here, it would show 6. So again, I hope that makes sense. You don't have to do anything inside of High Level to get that all to work. The only thing you have to do inside of High Level is buy the tracking number. Everything else is Google Ads hosted. Okay, so that's part 1 of this video. Again, you can separate it out if you'd like we do, but you don't have to do that. If you want to know how to do that, make sure to check out our free school community. It'll show you how to do that. Okay. Now we're moving on to what you actually need to create in order to track landing page phone calls inside of High Level, forms, chat widgets, etc. So for landing page phone calls, for example, you have to buy what's called a number pool inside of Go High Level. Now we have other videos on my YouTube channel and inside the school community on how to do that. I'm not going to go over that in this video, but please watch those if you're not sure how to buy tracking numbers. So once you have your number pool created, you want to go ahead and create an automation or workflow inside of Go High Level. The trigger is going to be call status. So you just type that in call, and it should be events call status. Okay, I have that here already. Now, the first filter, it should be blank. You're going to click add filters, and the first one is going to be call direction, and that's going to be incoming. Then you're going to click add filters again, and you're going to do in number pool, and then you're going to select your number pool that you bought for your client. It should be titled Google Ads number pool dash client name or something like that, whatever you want to call it. And then you're going to click save trigger. Okay. So then anytime somebody calls that number pool and then there's code, so you put on your landing page so it tracks properly. Again, we go over that in other videos. Once that's all set up, it's on your landing page and you have this trigger set up. Then you're going to click this plus button and you're going to type in Google Ads. And there should be only one option. You're going to click add to Google Ads. Okay. Now, one prerequisite to this is that your client's sub account has to be integrated to their Google Ads account. Otherwise, this won't work. So make sure to do that. We also have videos on how to do that on our YouTube channel and our free community. So make sure to check that out. Once you do that, you're going to see a list of all the conversion actions you created. Now, if you haven't created it, I'll show you how to right now, but you're going to go ahead and select it from this drop down, and then you click save action and then save. Anytime someone calls a number on your landing page that came from your ads campaign, it will register that campaign to Google Ads. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you how to create that inside of Google Ads. So once you're inside of your client's Google Ads account, you're going to go to goals, and then you're going to scroll down a little bit, and there's a blue plus create conversion action button. So depending on your client's account, you're going to see different screens. You might be in the old interface or the new one. Regardless, I'm going to show you the new one, but we also have videos on the old interface in our school community. So make sure to check that out, and on our YouTube channel. So what you're going to do here is you're going to choose a category. And what you want to do is click on converted lead. Okay. Now here, you're going to click add conversion action, and you're going to do connect data source later. And then all you have to do is click edit settings. And then you're going to name this landing page or whatever you want to call it. And then you're going to don't use a value 1, and then last click. Okay. And then you're going to do done. And then you're going to do another one. If you want to, this is optional. You can do one for booking a calendar appointment if you do that for your clients, or chat widgets, form submissions as well. We have another method for form submissions with thank you pages. So again, that's in the school community if you want to check that out. It's also on our YouTube channel. I felt like I said that 1,000 times, but let's just say that's all we wanted to do. Landing page phone calls, you're going to hit save and continue. Once that's created, it's going to land under converted lead in all your goals, and you're going to click the drop down, and then you should see them all here. They're going to say inactive at first until you actually get a conversion. Don't worry if it says inactive. It's going to, once somebody calls from your landing page or fills out a chat widget or books an appointment and your workflow is published and everything is set up correctly, once the first one happens, this will not say inactive anymore. So you have phone call lead, chat widget form submission, etc. So in your automation, you're going to, for phone calls, right, as the trigger, you're going to select the one that says phone call lead, right? And then what you want to do is save the action and then save the trigger. So save the action and then save the trigger. So again, anytime somebody calls from your number pool, you're going to add to Google AdWords, and then that will upload the conversion to your Google Ads campaign. Now, if you want to set this up for booking appointments, you're just going to create a new workflow, and you're going to add a new trigger, and it's going to be customer booked appointment. You're going to have to set up calendar and select the calendar, right? Let's just say it's for all calendars. Add to Google AdWords. And then here you would have one that's called book appointment, and you would create the same exact way you did for phone calls. That is how you track conversions for high-level events. So whether it's a form submission, you would choose the trigger as form submitted, survey submitted, customer booked appointment, phone calls from a number pool, etc. That is how you want to track conversions inside of high-level and Google Ads. So that's just a quick overview. There's more little tiny steps that I go over inside of the school community and other videos on my YouTube channel, but I just wanted to explain this because we've been getting a couple questions about it. So hope this video helps. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.